Welcome one and all to the 7th episode of D&D Series 4, where we make the grocery list. I'm Mike.
And I'm Zoe.
And today we are going to load and save entire lists. We've already got a way to add things, we've got a way to remove things. Actually, no, we don't have a way to remove things. And we still have the whole you can click twice and the thing goes away. Oh, we also apparently have some extra debug log. Let's go take a look. Apparently we can still click on that button and make things go away. Okay, not sure why this was here last time. Save. We were probably trying to determine what is this? Set item. Yes, this came directly from the previous thing. Anyway, okay, so we need to make the clear and load button work. The clear button may work actually. I don't know. Let's try. Aha. Are you sure you want to erase your list? Cancel. Load. And we also need a save button, which we don't have. Okay. So the list header doesn't really need to exist. And it can be replaced by a button. So we can delete this and duplicate the load button. Now this is a horizontal space, so let's give it a bit of spacing. 20 is probably good. There we go. Okay, and I think load should be on the right, so we're gonna put this one here and call it save button. And the save button is a custom button type, and the text is going to be green or something. Okay, so I'm fairly sure our app manager needs to know that that button exists. Yeah, it's got clear and load, so we need to add one button. There, you can copy this button and you can paste it here and call it save. 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 Start, create, set up main buttons, which is right here. Copy this, paste it here. We don't have a button function save list, so we're gonna add it right here. So save list, save, copy, paste here. Save with a capital S. Save. Okay, so let's see now. If we hit play, everything should work correctly. It still says, oh, we forgot to assign it because they're potatoes. Save button. There you go. And we are missing another reference apparently. Button colors. Wait, what? Huh? That's odd. Button colors are right here, so I'm confused. Change highlight state, sure, but I don't know on which button. Point enter, that's fine. Why are you confused? Okay, it's happy now. Doink. Oh, I think we probably didn't tell it what type it is, but wait a moment, it doesn't look like we can. So the second one, it's unhappy. The first one seems pretty happy. So it's the last one, it's one in the middle that gives it grief. I'm confused a bit. So we got clear button, which is that one.
How come it says save button, then it says load, and then it says load list?
It's just text. Well, yeah, because the save button isn't being correctly set up, apparently. But that surprises me a little bit. I don't see any reason that's obvious right away why this should happen. Oh, because we said clear list button. Save. Yeah, put a space here. save. Now the issue there is that we were setting up the clear button twice, once with the save credential, save, there you go, and now it's happy. So the problem is none of these buttons do anything. And we need to set them up to do things. Okay, now in order to save, we're gonna need something in our database. Control M-O. So we're gonna need to save our list as a string, and we need to be able to load our list as a string. Now let's think this through. So we would have, I think, the category with its category name, then a separator. Then we would have each individual item with a separator inside and a potential comment, and then a separator for the next item.
Okay.
So I don't remember how we've done this, where these separators are. Aha, we've done them manually here. Okay. Now, not sure I'm a huge fan of this, so let's see here. I think... I can't remember. So this is for each K. Okay, so K is going to be the category, K key, that's right. So each category gets separated by this symbol, and then the tilde here separates the category itself from each item within, and then the items are separated by ch. Okay, so let's try and see if this is correct in our registry editor. Yes. Oh dear, I don't remember where it is. So we're just going to be here, and we're going to type, or search, find, type groceries, yeah, try that, grocer. There you go, groceries database. So let's see if we're right. Fruit, tilde, apples, bananas, etc. Okay, so let's recap. So the vertical bar is a category separator. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I want you to create a new enum, public enum separators. Or separator. Yeah, that's gonna be an A, I'm afraid. Separator. Okay, now and we do none as usual is -1, comma, and here what you can say. So the first one is gonna be category, comma, and then category item. Or category items, maybe plural. Items, comma. In item, just item, comma. Note. Save. Yeah. So we will then use these. Now what we're gonna do is, this is a public class. Okay, so that's easy enough. Here you want to create a serialized field. Square bracket, serialized field. Yeah, hit tab, close it. Private string separators. It's a variable name, sorry. Let's get on with the plan. Separators equals new. Space tab, open square bracket. 4, close the square bracket. No, for the number.
Oh, for the number.
Close the square bracket, open a squiggly, and stay up there. So the first one is this, that's the category. The second one is tilde, shift that thing, yeah.
That's
the third one is the same without shift. And the last one is, we don't have it yet. What options do we have?
What's this thing?
That's the same as this. Shift this. slash. No, I want to use something that I'm almost certain mommy will never use.
Maybe this guy
Underscore. Yeah, that could do. Yeah, that's good. Let's use that. Okay, save. So there are all of our separators. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy this, paste it here, square bracket, cast as int. Perfect. And copy separator, paste, dot, category, close square bracket. Copy all of this, paste it here, type C, category items, copy all of this, paste it here, item, save. Okay. So all of these are now going to be the correct separator, but it'll be done in advance. This is when it says loaded. We're going to leave that alone. That's for the default database. Okay, so right here, copy this, paste it here. Now you want to copy this, paste it here. Now open another square bracket, 0, close it, save. Now I need to explain this to you, although I don't particularly think you care, but it's a string. Well, this is an array of strings. It's got a bunch of strings in them. One of them can correspond to 0. 0 is this, so 0 is category. So that's that symbol over there. Now we put another 0. That's because a string is a collection of characters. Characters are basically numbers. Okay, it's a different data type. A string and a character. When you use split, it needs a character. See, it says params char. Char is a character. Mm-hmm. So we're taking the first and only character in this string. That because the string in and of itself is an array. That's why that is there. So copy all of this, paste it here, and type C again, and it's going to be the second one. And paste here, type I, yeah, save. Okay, that's good. Now here we have nothing, here we have nothing, and here we have nothing. Okay, so now we've adapted everything to this new system so that us as human beings don't have to remember what these are. We just need to remember these concepts, which is easier to do. Mm-hmm. So public void save list, open close round, open a squiggle. Okay, save. Now I just realized something. Our lists should be saved, yes, but they should be saved in some kind of in a group of lists, like basically as save files. You shouldn't have to overwrite the list every time. Otherwise, what's the point, right? Mm-hmm. Mommy needs to be able to save and name a list. Yeah. Okay, so. But should we also be able to detect that the list already exists? Because if that's the case, if a list already exists, right? Mm-hmm. Then we should save the name of that list. Like the list should have a name of some sort. Because when you load, then you need to choose whichever list you've saved. Yeah. And you need to be able to override. So there's quite a lot of stuff that we need to do in order to make this work for our user. All right, let's begin with number 1, our database. So these are our separators. If we are going to need a name of a list, the name of the list needs to be kept in the save file as well. It's going to need its own separator. Mm-hmm. An underscore is not a good idea for that. What other symbols do we have here? Exclamation mark is not a good example. None of these are good symbols that we can use.
Why is there a symbol here?
It's a European keyboard, so it's got a euro sign on it. I don't know. We could use lesser than, for example, or larger than.
I almost never see her use the percent symbol.
Yeah, true. But she could write, for example, I don't know, oranges and do 50% red, 50% orange. I mean, half and half. Not exactly her style, but not impossible. Or for example, milk, 2% fat. We normally get 3.2%. So she may want that. Let's open the character map. Now, obviously, I'd do all of this completely differently if I were making a proper app, but because we're cheating and using simple strings to save, this is the limitations we've got. So there's a bunch of characters here that we could use. A bunch of them that she's never seen or never used, but I don't want to use anything too exotic. Chidia, the inverted question mark, that could be used. I think this symbol over here could be used as well. So what are we looking at here? Alt 0167. Well, just copy this. Paste it. Save. Okay, so there it is. And we're gonna use that. We're gonna do it here as well, just in the default value in case we lose it or something. So here you put comma, quote, paste. I'll fix that in a moment. For some reason, I put a dot and not a comma. Okay, save. Put a 5 here. Save. And we need to add one more thingy, and you call this one list name. Save. Okay. So we need to remember this order and this order must match exactly. Okay, now we're gonna need a new, not so much a confirmation method, but something similar to that. So duplicate add category item, because we are going to need a text box here to fill in
Name your list.
Name your list, exactly. Something like that. And yeah, for now, yeah, sure, go name your list. Name your list. Name your list. I don't think you pressed enter. So name your list, and has a BG, has a title, text, name list. Name your list. Input box, text area, okay, everything is fine. Now I think our pop-ups, there it is, clear list. Oh, hello, so we've got subclasses for all of this. Okay, interesting. There's a TMU input box as well. Not brilliant. That one should belong to the class, so let's go and see here. See, there's the class, so we're going to cut these, no, undo actually, cut these, that, and paste it here, put it public. Yeah, TMU box, save, and TMU input box. Okay, that's not good enough. We are going to need to find them every time. So control MO. Here goes something like void setup input box components and open a round bracket and request TMU input field. Call it TMU. Close round, open squiggle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this, paste here, and here we're going to say copy this, paste, and paste, save. So every time we set up a box that has this, save, we're going to have to do it. So when we request a pop-up, And there it is. For add category or add item, we are going to say interesting. Cut these, paste them here, save. And what you're gonna do here is you're going to say pop-ups, blah 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 blah, copy all of this, paste it, and go setup. Oh no, we don't need anything actually, not custom buttons dot tmu. Okay, now you can copy this, paste, and close semicolon, and copy all of this and paste it here, save. Alright, so we basically put these two out. These two remain outside of the class, so everybody's gonna use them, but this one becomes specific to the class. Save. Alright, and then next, confirm pop-up, you can paste again here and here and save.
But the puts are not.
PUT doesn't exist. Copy this, paste it here and here. Save. There we go. So that should do. Now we need a new type of put, and you can call this one save list name. Save. Alright, now wait, let's see here. Alright, that's good. Now case space tab dot save list name colon break. Now copy all of this. Oops, copy all of this, paste it here, save. And for now that should be sufficient. And here it's case space tab dot colon break and save. You've saved already. So temp category pop-ups, current pop-up types. Okay, so all of this stuff to lower and trim. I like that. That's good. I'm thinking about something though. That's going to be a completely separate problem. Here we're saving local lists. Wait a moment. There's going to be an issue if we save the lists because we're loading them from player prefs. If we load them from player prefs, we're going to have to know a name of a list. No, we don't. All we need to do is we need to save the lists as numbers. That's a good idea. So we can save the list as a file called saved list _0, for example, then _1, _2, etc. And then we can look for them and detect them in advance. And because we can detect them in advance, we can load them in a menu and Mommy can then choose which one to load. So that should work fairly well. But we are definitely going to trim. So copy all of this, paste it here. And instead of temp category, you can call this one temp list name. Save. And here we're gonna say same as this. So copy all of this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here, save. Okay, so here we don't need this for sure, save. But this you're gonna need to save. No, type save. My bad. And copy temp list name and paste it here. String list name. Save. Okay, rename this one with Control R twice to save list template with a capital T. Hit enter. Now there's another thing as well, which is when our pop-up manager receives this list, right, there is a possibility that this list may already exist and may already have a name if you saved it that way, right? Because suppose that Mommy has a pre-made list of small groceries, whatever, small stuff, little stuff to get. Okay, so she loads the list, adds a thing to it, and then saves. And she gets prompted to type the name again. But what if that one already exists?
Yeah.
Right? So we should fill that in right away. And you can see that here we're filling it in with nothing. And that's not great. I think we should add a potential string here. So go string. String. Go underscore pre-filled box equals nothing. Now copy pre-filled box, paste it here, and paste it here. Save. Now because it's optional, it's always going to be this unless you tell it to be something else, which we will when we click on that button. Okay, so we get here, etc. We send the temp list name. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find if that file already exists. Not really, actually, we don't particularly care, we're just going to overwrite it. We're not going to prompt for overwriting, that's too much work. It's a pop-up inside a pop-up, we're not doing that. Okay. Okay, so there's a saving system right here that I completely forgot existed. The database probably is useful just so we can compose the string. So we're going to be using that. So here you can say public static void save list, save the list template. Okay, open round and string content. Close round, open squiggle, close, save. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to go through all of the possible existing lists that we have pre-saved. That's as we save, right? We go through them and see if we find one that contains that information.
Okay.
Let me think this through. So do a static, string, open space, get list template file name. File name. Open string list name, close round, open squiggly. Alright, so because of that, we're not just going to send the content here, it's going to be a bit of a pain. We're also going to send the name or list name. Yeah, so here goes string list name, save. And now here we need to go and look for that list name. So we're going to have to decompose the thing, and we're going to have to reuse the database. So we're going to go a bit back and forth between this. The issue is that the save manager can't really use that database. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this. And now it's going to cry, and that's fine. And we're going to put it in here, and now it's going to stop crying. Save. But now we're going to make it cry a bit more. We're going to cut this. Save. And we're going to put it here. Now, you need to make this public. Space static. Save. Okay, that's much better, but now it cries everywhere, and that's fine. Because these separators don't exist here anymore. They exist though in Save Manager. So copy this, paste, dot. Copy all of this, paste, 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 save. Okay, so our Save Manager is now the owner of this stuff. Okay. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say while, and then hit tab. And the condition that we're gonna put here is something. Wait, type int here, create an int, and call it count equals 0, semicolon. And here you're gonna say while copy this, paste here, and here you're gonna say list template underscore, list and template underscore. No, this, and plus count to string, count dot to string, open close round, semicolon, no semicolons, just close it, yeah, save. So this means if this thing exists in the database, then we're gonna go look at it. Save.
Okay.
So we're gonna say here you're gonna say, wait, let me think. Ooh. We can split it by the list name. Oh, it's not here anymore, it's here now. We can split it by list name, this guy over here, and find what's there on the left. Okay, so save. Here you're gonna say if open round. Now it's going to be copy this, paste it here, copy this, paste it here, dot split, yeah, open round, single quote, and it's going to be copy separators, paste it, square bracket, wait, no quote, separators, open round, int, close round, copy separator, paste, dot, list name, close square bracket, open square bracket, 0, close square bracket, close round bracket. So now we've split the thing that we've obtained in two, the name and the rest. We're only interested in the name. So 0 equals, copy, paste, close round, open squiggle, save. So what does this mean? If the file we've just loaded, which is a long string of all of the things that we've saved in our list, okay, when split by the list name, we should obtain the list name all the way to the left. That's the first thing we should obtain. So we take it. We take that thing. The rest we don't care. And we're checking if the name of the list is the same as the list name that we've received. Because if it's the same, then it means we have a save file we can load to. We can overwrite. So return, copy all of this, paste, semicolon. So you're sending it back that name. If all of this failed, here you go, return, quote, semicolon. All right. So how is this going to work? It's going to do a while loop. While loops are inherently risky because they don't have an end. So, I mean, this particular, a predefined end, these particular criterion can go on forever. So, for example, it's going to go, hey, do you have list 0? Oh, we forgot something actually. We need to increase the count. So count plus plus. Semicolon. See, for example, this while loop would have failed. If you had a list that was called 0, good. But if you didn't have a list that was called 0, this loop would have continued forever. Or actually, no, it would have stopped right away. Yeah, but if you had a list called 0, well, then it would have found it. Oh, if you had a list called 0, but it wasn't the list name you've asked it, then it would have said, it's not the list name you've asked me. It would have continued, but because we never increased the count, it would always be analyzing list 0, and therefore you would get an infinite loop, and Unity would crash. And I don't mean crash gently. I mean gone, kaput. You need to actually turn it off and launch it again. That's the problem with while loops. But anyway, so here we check if list template underscore 0 exists. And if it does, then we say, okay, are you the same, your list name is the same as the list name that I've requested? If the answer is yes, then give me back the name of this file. Otherwise, count up and continue. So let's say we're in the next one, so it's gonna ask list template underscore 1, do you exist? And if the answer is no, it's gonna exit and return this, because it means that it's gone through all of the files that do exist, and it's not found one that either exists or that has the correct name that we're looking for. So it's not going to try and overwrite. Awesome. So here, now what we can do is we can type string space file name equals, copy this, paste, open round, list name, close round, semicolon. All right. And if the file name exists, there's going to be another problem. We need to be careful, because suppose that the file doesn't exist. It's easy enough, right? But suppose 3 other files do exist. How are you going to know which file what to write to? You need to know how many files of that type do exist. Otherwise, how are you going to know? You don't understand?
No. No, I don't understand, as in.
Yeah, I got it. So you're trying to save a file called list template underscore something, right? But you need to know what that something is going to be. So first things first, you try to find if the list that you're trying to save already exists, so you can overwrite it. Suppose you find it, that's easy enough. You've got the correct list name. Suppose you don't find it. Where are you going to save? To which file?
You can't save because you don't know.
Well, which file would you choose if you... What would you need to know in order to then save? Would you save to list template underscore 0?
You'd have to know what the next one was. So
right, so you would need to know how many there are.
So we'd have to do a 4?
Well, no. We would have to do exactly the same while loop. So we could probably use the same method, but I would say we're going to use a very, very similar method instead. To basically just get the number. So copy all of this, paste it here, save, and here just go get list template quantity. I think we should add saved file quantity. And list name is irrelevant now. Count is useful, actually. This is not relevant at all. Save. So here it's simply going to go, if 0 exists, count go up. If 1 exists, count go up. If 2 exists, count go up, etc. So suppose we get to 3 and then it stops. Does it mean we have 3 files? So 0 exists, goes up. 1 exists, or rather, 0 exists, goes up. 1 exists, goes up. 2 exists, goes up. 3 exists, goes up. Right?
Yeah.
Goes up to 3. No, to 4, rather. And 4 doesn't exist, exits. Right?
So that's
returning the count should be correct. So we'll count here. Save. Alright, so file name. Now here we're going to check if open round. Oh, wait a moment. This needs to be an int. Save. Now, if file name equals empty, close round, open squiggle. What does that mean? It means we haven't been able to load a file that is good for overwriting. It means we haven't found one. So we need to find the next available one. So we need to say here int. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can say copy file name, paste, and go equals. Copy all of this, paste. Plus is already there. Copy this, paste, open close round, dot to string, open close round, close round, semicolon. So what does this mean? Wait, it's unhappy. This was too much. Save. So it goes. First, construct a file name. Feed it a loaded overwritable file. If we haven't found a loaded overwritable file, we return empty. But if we're empty, that's not a good file name. We need to change the file name. We're going to do what file name? We're going to do the file name that finds an empty, a list that doesn't exist. A list that isn't there. And that should be perfect for us too, because even if there's no list at all, count will be 0. It'll say, hey, I'm not happy, it'll return 0. So it'll be list template 0, so it works exactly right. So finally you have the file name we can save to. The list name now becomes pointless for us. It was only useful for this. The content is what's important. Unless we don't build the content with the list name, which I think we shouldn't. Yeah, I think that's fine. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this. We're going to copy this entire thing, paste it here, save, and we're going to player prefs set string, file name, so copy this, paste it here, and it's going to be copy list name, paste, plus copy this, paste here. We want the separator for list name, right? Plus content. Save. Okay, save list template. So the last thing that needs to be done in order to save, we're still not loading, we're just saving for now, is actually construct our entire list. Now, I don't remember if our app manager's items list is in fact public, but it may not be. Dictionary list, dictionary notes, and it is private. All right, so it's not accessible to us. Make private public, because we could either ask for it or just do it. I say make it public, and I say make this public too. Save. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do is we need to check if this is empty. So first of all, pop-up manager, save list template. Okay, we've already checked that it's not empty, so that's good. We've got a name that should be valid. Actually, there's another question. We need to know whether the list is not empty. So we're gonna say if open round app manager dot script dot dictionary whatever count higher than 0. Yeah, then 0, close round, open squiggle. So this means we have something in the list, right? Because if the list is empty, what in the world are you saving? So that's silly. Now we need to compose our string. So here you're going to type string and call it content equals empty semicolon. Save. Now the way we've done it here in certain places, convert string to database. Convert database to string. Okay, so something similar to this. We're going to go for each key value pair, but not in dictionary groceries. That's what's going to change. So we're going to copy all of this actually, and we're going to paste it here, and we're going to remove returnable. Save. Okay, item string, so that's correct. So for each key value pair, not here though, copy, paste, save. Okay, so we're going through the dictionary of the list. If copy content, paste, paste, save. So if content is empty, we're going to add a category separator. That is correct, right? The content starts empty, there's no category, but you're not going to have every category in your saved list. You're going to have some categories, right? Maybe all of them, but who knows? So you're going to have some categories. Anyway, we add the category separator if the content is not empty because we've already created something. Then content here, so copy content, paste it here. So content, we're going to add the key and then the separator for the items, save. That's safe because only the categories that do in fact exist in the list will have this. At least I think so. Hopefully there's no categories without items. It's something we need to worry about. Except I don't quite remember what dictionary list is. So it's a string list of strings. Oh gosh, this could go all sorts of horribly wrong. I don't remember. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, item string, blah, blah, blah. So it goes through the value, which is a list, which is fine. It goes through all of them. It adds the separator. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, now content, copy this, paste it. Yeah, save. Okay, so this is now pretty good. What's this doing here? Oh. Okay, this should now work correctly. So we're gonna have the entire content of our list. What are we missing? We're missing the notes. And that's a problem because I don't quite remember how the notes are done. But I think, hit Control F. See, it's one string, one string. I think it's just the item and just the note itself. Yes, so you're looking for key value, so you're looking for the item, exactly. So it's something we need to worry about while we are here. Okay? Let's think here for a second. So here we're adding the item. Now here we need to say if, open round, copy this bit, paste it here, dict of notes dot contains key, yeah, hit tab, contains key, open round, wait, I'm in the wrong place, cut this, here, save, copy this, paste it here, close round twice, open a squiggle, hit enter, close. What does this mean? If this item is contained in the list of notes, it means that that note exists. So we're going to add a note. So we're going to say copy item string, paste, plus equals, copy all of this, paste it here, and it's not item, it's note. And note plus, alright, this one's gonna be interesting. Copy this, paste here, copy this, open a square bracket, paste, close the square bracket, dot, value, like V. Oh, I think it's implicit. Yeah. So that's it. What's this other square bracket? Okay, that's obviously wrong. This one is here. Save. Alright, so if a note for that particular item does exist, then we're going to add to our present list a new separator specifically designed for the notes. And we're also going to add that particular note, which we find by feeding the current item into the dictionary notes as a key, which will then return us the value of that key, which is the note itself. All right, we've got the content all put together. And here, what we can do at this point is we can say save manager dot save list template, open round, content, comma, list name. Close round, semicolon. That's it. All right. So that should now work. Maybe. We'll see how borked our saved stuff is. Grocery list category A. I don't remember what that is. I'm confused by that. I hope we haven't deleted ton of code or something. Anyway, pop-up manager, save list template list name. All right, so all of this should be correct. The last thing to connect is when we press the button to save the list. What should happen? So here's press. Clear list, add case space tab dot save list colon, enter break. All right. Copy all of this, paste, and this one's gonna be save list or something. Okay, save list name, that's it, save. Now, there's a problem. We do not have our own list name stored anywhere. So if we load a list, we should save that loaded list. Problem is we don't really have a way to do it at the moment. But that's fine. So for now, we're just gonna use what we've got.
Okay.
All right, let's go over here, save. Okay, that's a bit of a worry, all of this. TMU, name your list. Okay, wait a moment. Do we have any access to that stuff in our pop-up manager? Right, we have our own entire system. So that should be easy enough. So we go to the pop-ups. Instead of having 3, we've got 4. This one is save list, whatever we called it. Copy this and paste it here. Put a capital S if you want, just to be consistent. So save list name. Now clear list confirmation, that's not it. We want name your list. Then here you want to say save list as list template, I guess. Add the word template. Yeah, and then text clear list is this. That's the title. Then TMU input box is this guy. Custom buttons, we have none. Button functions, we have none. Button captions, we have none. I think at least. Is this correct? It should be exactly the same as these. Yeah. And this one, both add item and add thing, are they missing the TMP? So the input box goes here and the input box goes there. And that should work. I think we're basically ready to risk it. Okay, let's try. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add apples, kiwis, and chicken breast, and milk, and mozzarella. And here type the big one. And here type 3.2%. Yeah, and then we can do also brackets 4. There. Chicken breast, if cheap. Okay, so something like that. Save list. Save list template as. Call it test hello. Yeah, hit enter. I don't know if that enter did anything. I don't know, but clicking away may have done something. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into our registry. I don't see. Aha, list template 0. All right, let's take a look. So we've got test hello. See, everything's become lowercase. That's because we told it. That's fine.
Yeah, why is that weird A there?
Good question. No idea. No idea. Fruit. So fruit is the category, that's correct. Tilde is correct. Apples. Kiwis, correct. Category vegetables.
Tilde.
Tilde, there's nothing. So we've got a problem. you see the vegetables get stored even though they don't have a single item in them. So that's something we need to look into. Meats, chicken, breasts, little upper thing, if cheap, right? Sweets, tilde, nothing. Dairy, tilde, milk, up that, 3.2%, 4 of them. Mozzarella, the big one. Breakfast detergents. All right, so we've got a few problems. Number one is, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
I don't know. That surprises me. It might be that it doesn't like this character, so in order to create this character, it needs to use that thing. But I'd be surprised. It seems to me it's perfectly happy to have it removed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very odd. It might be that that test hello has the extra character at the end. You did press enter though. And then I clicked away, and that press enter didn't work at all. So let's close this for now, and here we're gonna leave it exactly as it is. Click save list. I know that now it doesn't load, etc. That's okay. Here you're gonna write test hello again. Don't press enter. Don't press enter. We got a second list, and it's still there.
Yeah. So the
Okay, but it's good. You can see that the system's working. It's actually finding the next one to save, so that's all good. Now, I'm a bit surprised by that. I don't know what's happening, but my bet is this guy, unless the pre-filled box is doing it, I don't think so. So setup, blah, 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 that should be okay. Temp category, blah, 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 temp list name. Debug.log, open round, copy, pasta, close round, semicolon. Do another thing as well, add a plus, hello, save. Alright, so I'm deliberately adding space so I can see what's happening on that side, and we are just going to run it again. Add a couple things, whatever, and then save list. In here, type again test hello. No space. And we're gonna click away. Hit enter, doesn't work anyway. So click away. Oh. What in the world? Hey, how is this even possible? Oh, it's missing. So this time it was missing. It's told us the truth. Current problem to lower trim, TMU, input box. What? Hey. Okay, that's magical now, because before it just worked. And I got another empty hello. But before it wasn't, what? Before it wasn't empty. Help. Also, by the way, it still has that extra symbol at the end. Yeah. So it might be that the separator isn't a joy. Now, not a problem, though. That's an easy fix. And the reason why it's an easy fix is because we put it up here. So it's really easy to deal with it.
You can just look for another one.
Yeah, just use another one. Now, I'm not too happy with this, but we're gonna use something here, like the and symbol, maybe. I hope she doesn't use the and symbol, but she could. The times symbol.
She could use that.
Semicolon, colon, this slash she could use, question mark she could use. Higher or lower, I doubt she'll use these. At, she'll probably not use, but that could be a special underscore. Yeah, I'm willing to bet she's not going to use the underscore. So let's do that for now and just see if this changes, even though it might send empty hello or something. I don't know. So yeah, so it was that symbol. That symbol was causing the addition of that A, which might mean that it would be read correctly. I don't actually know. Okay, so, but now we've got this other thing we need to worry about, which doesn't make any sense at all because it worked the first time and now it doesn't. But that's one of the reasons why I absolutely hate tools that other people make, because they're always broken and you can do nothing about them. Now, there's no way I'm coding a new input box. Okay, I mean, we could, but normally everything the TextMesh Pro does is awesome, except the input box, which absolutely sucks, without question. So what's going on here, by the way? Why do we have, I don't know, save, don't know what's happening, just remove extra comments that I will not remember what they do. Okay, so let's see here. Template name equals pop-ups blah 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 to lower trim. It's the text, so it should be getting the text. Why does it not? I don't know. So let's take a look at when we click a pop-up block. Pop-up block, confirm pop-up. Okay, so it sends as long as the click is -1, which is I think left click. So if left click is pressed, it goes to request confirm pop-up rather. Okay, so it goes to confirm pop-up, which is where we are with confirmed. So confirmed. It doesn't seem to matter whether you confirm it or unconfirm it. It simply continues every time either way. So that doesn't matter. I don't understand why it doesn't find this. But TMU input box definitely exists, otherwise we would get a crash. Current pop-up type should be save list name. Did I give it the wrong pop-up type? I don't think so. I don't think I have. So let's go back to pop-ups. There it is down here, input box. That's the one. Input box. I don't know why it's broken. This debug log seems to break it, by the way. Let's comment it out, save. And let's just test it, see if at least it picks up the name correctly. Pretty bad, but if it does, at least it's something. Enter still doesn't work, it's something we need to deal with. Yep. Damn it. The debug log is breaking it. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. And ridiculous, by the way. How in the bloody world does this happen? Save, please. Oh!
Equals instead of
Save.
plus.
Yeah, well, we know everything now. None of this matters. We're idiots. That's why it breaks it. Save. The tool is fine. I'm an idiot. But this tool does have bugs. I've experienced it many, many times before. So anyhow, this is now done. We can now save. Let me think here for a second. All right, we do have a problem, which is categories that are empty, they still get parsed. Now, I don't think that's a huge deal, because then when we unparse them, like when we do parse them, when we get information back, that's where we can worry about that. But the alternative is that we could actually not add the key if the key has no values in it, which I think would be just fine, frankly. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say if k dot values value dot count higher than 0. Open, close round, open squiggle, hit enter twice and close it, and cut all of this, paste it here. Save. Because only if it's higher than 0, then it makes any sense to add that particular category. All right, now let's hit play. Let's create another list. And we're gonna create test hello to overwrite the previous one.
Okay.
Or at least try it. So we have 2 vegetables, 2 sweets, 1 dairy, 1 detergent, green, type here. All right. And here we're gonna hit save list. Now type test hello. Now, if I hit F5, oh dear, we got 2 of them. So this one says test hello. And this one says test hello A?
With the weird symbol.
Yeah, but there's no A. So that's normal that this one wasn't found. So now we're gonna have a problem. Let's fix it. Because obviously we've changed the symbol, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the saved file doesn't know that. Remember that?
Yeah.
So save list, go with test hello. All right. List template, test hello underscore vegetables, carrots, garlic. 2 separators. Not surprised. The reason why this is because we forgot something. Cut this bit, paste it. Save. We were adding a separator irrespective of whether we did have an item or not in that category.
Mm-hmm.
Test again. So we haven't managed to load yet, but we are in a good spot. 5 pounds. 5 lbs. BSD. LBS. Save. JJJJ. 4 J's. 4 J's, bruh. F5. Alright. JJJJ underscore fruit, blueberries, kiwis, vegetables. It's only 1 separator. Carrots, 5 pounds. Celery, garlic, meats, chicken breasts, ground beef. Okay. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to remove some of this stuff. Remove all of it. Remove all of it. Put detergent. Put this and this. A lot. And 1 kilogram. Save list. Call it KKKK. All right. 4 Ks. All right. 4 Ks. 3 Js. No, 4 Js. 4 Ks. There it is. Sweets, chocolate, raisins. 1 kilogram dark chocolate, breakfast, peanut butter, a lot, strawberry jam, detergents, dish soap. Okay. There's a full stop now. That was just added by this guy. Now, we got a JJJJ, correct? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to save this over. JJJJ. Now, let's see if it created a new file or it didn't. JJJ, sweets, chocolate. Yeah, done. All right. The saving system officially works. So that's a good spot. Next time we got load, and that means we're also going to have to remember the last file name. We're also going to have to do it when we save. Anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll carry on with this grocery shopping. We're getting closer and closer. Bye.
Bye.